Welcome to Ovation. In this video, we'll look at how we can do member bulk invitations. Having a team or a class or even an entire cohort of students that you're inviting into your organization one at a time can become quite tedious and potentially lead to errors as you're trying to remember all of the parameters each time you're inviting someone. However, we can use the bulk invitation feature in order to complete a template, populate it with all of the members that we'd like to invite, all of the parameters that we'd like to set, and then execute it when we want those members to be invited. Let's take a look. In order to bulk invite members into my organization, I'm going to log into my Ovation account. I'm going to go into the Members menu under the Organization menu, and then I'm going to go into the Invite Remove tab. You'll notice that there are a couple of templates here, one to invite members and assign roles, and another one to remove members. If I need to update members, there's also a template that allows me to update members. So if I go to the Invite Remove tab and I download the template to invite members and assign roles, it'll give me a template that I can then fill out with all of the members that I'd like to invite for my organization. So the template itself has a number of columns. There's an email column. There's different columns for different roles that I'd like to assign. If I put an X underneath the role, it'll assign that account to that role. And if I leave it blank, it'll put that member into the default role. The default role is perfect for students. I can then assign tags for the various members that I'm inviting in. I can have a remove date, which is great if I have end of semester or end of term. I can assign a username and password at the time that I invite the member into the organization, which sometimes with a lot of students is a great thing to do. You could also leave that blank, in which case each of the invited members will receive an email and they'll have the option to create their own username and password. So for here, I've gone in and I've created a list of all of the members I'd like to invite into my organization. So I may have pulled these emails from my learning management system, or I might have a class list in Excel. I've decided that all of these members will be part of a class called Column 201. And I've decided in my case to give all of my users a username and a password. So when I save this, it's important to save it as a CSV file or a comma separated value file. When you have a template that's CSV, if you open it up with Excel or if you open it up with Google Sheets, you can convert to the Excel or Google Sheets format, but you want to keep it as a CSV file because that's what we're going to use to do the import. So if I go into my Ovation portal and I choose that file, so I'll go in and choose the file, which is my class list for import into Ovation. So I'll go in, you notice I can invite, and I also have the option of removing. So I'm going to go into my Ovation class list, and that uploads the file to my portal. And now I'll be able to, again, I could invite or remove, but I'm going to invite. I've chosen my file, and I'll click on the cloud icon. This will then go into that CSV file and begin importing all of those members. It'll take a little while depending on the number of members I have. And it is important when I am doing the import that I fill out the template. You'll notice in the template itself that there is a line here where we do not edit rows below here. So in the file that I had, I'll just grab that quickly, you'll notice that I made sure to insert the various emails that I want to import and not override those cells. So now if I go back into my Ovation portal here, you'll see that it has gone in, it's finished the import, and if I scroll down, you can see I have all of these members here. You can see that I've invited them in. So everybody's invited in. They will have received an email in order to go and log in with their account. Now, in this case here, because I did create a username and password, I will have to communicate that with the class, with the members that I've invited. But again, if I left that blank, then they would have the option of creating their own username and password. So that's a decision you can make, whatever works best for your organization. But they're all unconfirmed until they've acknowledged the email, and we're ready to start having them use Ovation and learn how to communicate more effectively.